But this is future Dave and future Phil coming back to close the loop. I'm currently abroad. Well, I'm still
you look
a
like
man.
A man to me, actually.
I'm still a man. Barely.
Yeah.
I'm traveling as we speak, so we have a couple re-releases coming your way. And just to play it safe, I'm going to ensure that our audience gets at least one classic Christmas movie. Therefore, we are, collectively, Phil and I, he's in on this too.
I'm in on the re-release. I'm not in on the classic.
Oh.
I'm not giving that to you.
It is with Phil's favorite actor, Ben Affleck, Reindeer Games.
Yes, sir. We're bringing Affleck off the shelf for one last go-round with Charlize and Sinise.
Yeah. Great film.
And Dennis Farina.
Dennis
God
Farina.
bless.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're in for a real treat.
That's right. We were so excited with the ice play that happened in Four Brothers. We just needed to get back on the ice
Yes.
with Reindeer Games.
So enjoy this episode. We'll have a new one dropping for you next week.
Talk to you then.
Bye-bye.
Here we are coming off of Dave's shelf.
Yes.
The year 2000's Reindeer Games. Right on time, my friend. How are things this week? And how's the year shaping up for you?
So far, so good, Phil. No complaints. There's
Snow on the ground. That's all you need.
And so we have a few Santas.
5.
5. There
Yeah.
needs to be 5.
Gotta be 5.
Right? Let's
Everybody
clear that up
knows.
right now. There needs to be 5 Santas. And by the end, we'll explain that to you if you didn't quite get it.
Yeah, so will the movie.
Yeah. Well, it does
Explain
a
it
very
in
good
detail.
job of explaining everything that's going on. I would say to a fault.
Interesting about that.
And this movie has a few of those. Phil, first tell me. Yeah, I'll throw it back to you. Then I'll get into my history with it. But I'm really curious to know how many times you've seen Reindeer Games and if it's actually on your shelf.
This is the second time I've seen this movie.
Okay.
As you know, certainly around this era, 2000, 2003 is my band's sweet spot.
Yeah.
The director, John Frankenheimer, has got a long history of quality. Well, I shouldn't say a long history, but there's quality interspersed in his filmography.
Okay.
The writer, this guy named Aaron Kruger, had really pissed me off prior, which we'll get into.
Sorry to hear it. Can't wait.
There were enough, and then Benefit obviously was enough to get excited. Charlize, early Charlize.
I would assume it's early Charlize, judging by the career she took. This must be an early one.
To a 20-year-old Phil was enough reasons to watch the movie. I hated it then.
Theater?
No. This was a rental. I was working at the video store by then.
Okay.
And just couldn't connect the dots on it. I thought
it's not for everyone.
Didn't really get what I wanted out of it. I did, however, really enjoy the trailer, the way that it's cut and put together.
Misleading
I was like,
can a trailer be? Eh?
Yeah, I was like, I can get into this.
Yeah,
I thought Affleck was in that same sweet spot in that, particularly around how he really can't wait to get some hot chocolate and some pecan pie. The way in which he delivers that, I was like, I can get into this.
Yeah,
and the movie was a bit of a letdown all the way back then.
And today?
It has not improved whatsoever. In fact,
like a fine wine.
We did ourselves and the listeners a favor this week and chose to watch the director's cut.
Okay, we got to stop doing that. That's it. No more. I don't care what it takes.
It was all I could find, to be fair.
We will have to go out and actually get you an actual copy. I will pay money if we don't have to watch it. Because if you're watching the director's cut, I have to watch the director. Sorry, director's cut or extended cut?
Director's cut would imply that the director had something to do with it. Extended cut, sometimes, particularly around the era of the DVD, which this was, in that sort of early DVD sweet spot, it was a marketing ploy. You know, we just sort of put the stuff back in. Doesn't always necessarily reflect the director's vision.
Got you.
So this may have been just the extended cut. I can't explain. Yeah. I do know that it was longer than it needed to be and longer than it was 23 years ago when I watched it.
Yes, I would agree. I think we've learned our lesson with the extended cut.
I would hope so.
Director's cut, I would say maybe. If it's director's cut, there's a little bit of trust in there.
Sure. I mean, Ridley Scott's made a career out of it. So too is Oliver Stone, but Ridley Scott in particular. He releases Kingdom of Heaven, and his director's cut is something like an hour and 15 minutes more than that, or something like that.
Napoleon.
Justice League's another one. The Napoleon movie that just came out is already like 2.5. And he says, well, there's a 4.5 hour director's cut that's coming to Apple eventually. Something like Blade Runner has 4 or 5 different cuts. What differentiates between extended cut for marketing purposes, director's cut for visionary purposes, it's a bit murky, but there are a number of directors that like to revisit.
I will say, from a person who has done a lot of editing in the last 2 years, not only audio, but I've done a lot of video, as you know.
Absolutely.
And I've learned a lot. I came into school with no experience whatsoever editing video. And let me tell you, it's tough to pick and choose what doesn't make it in.
Sure.
Because as a young, inexperienced visionary,
yes,
you want it all.
You want it all.
It's your
it's all
stuff.
Perfect.
You want it in there.
Yeah.
And you got to cut.
It'll be merciless.
80%. Like, we did one, and I feel like it's pretty seamless. Flows good. We thought we had hit that mark.
Yep.
Still not enough. So we clearly, I'm still in school, so it's clearly learning to do.
That's right. There's still more to do.
There's nothing left. I just leave.
I got it, folks.
Yeah.
I'm
so
out.
I feel with these movies, like, oh, well, we really want this in, and it's a way to market it and sell it. But if the movie's already shitty, there's no, you haven't cut out the good stuff and left in the shitty stuff. That's a very poor choice if that's the case.
I will argue that there have been occasions, another one that actually is guilty of this, because I just have recently watched The Outsiders, the complete novel, which is a recut of that movie by Francis Ford, who has gone and recut Apocalypse Now and recut Godfather 3 in the years. There is an element that says, I couldn't do it because studio pressure. Lucas, another prime example.
Yeah,
now,
good point.
Recutting the movie isn't necessarily what he did, but saw the limitations of 1977 or 81 or 84.
I'll get back to this.
And like, I will and can now make it something different. Coppola is restructuring Godfather. He shuffled the beginning, the middle, the end in different ways. And in part, it's with the benefit of hindsight. It's like, well, this movie wasn't well received, and now I can go and try and make it better. We've talked before about a couple of movies, none of which come to mind immediately, that I would have preferred a longer version, because what it cuts out or skips over, I think, is actually more interesting than what we actually get. Not to suggest that it exists, like that they shot it, but I meant in the cutting of the movie, I want to spend more time with these guys in this world and this thing.
Event Horizon, I think, maybe.
That's another one. Actually, yeah, there's another one where they cut so much out of it that the story doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah.
Now, that is cut together for a variety of reasons. I don't know specifically, but studio involvement likely, and theater.
Keeping it less disgusting,
less gory,
was one.
all of these kinds of things. As a horror fan, the unrated director's cut was always like the holy grail for me, because I got a chance to finally watch the kills that were cut out of the MPA. And video is different than the theaters, like there are different rating systems. So all of that stuff is to say that it's not always a detriment to add more to a story. I think when your movie is really shitty, it's challenging to make it not shitty.
Unshitty it.
So,
well, I'll tell you, this did not do it any good.
On either side. Is that I didn't like it at the original length. This wasn't any better.
Yeah. So having said all that, this is a nay on if it makes it better. I myself feel like you had seen it once before. I snagged it.
Sure.
It
Good
was,
deal someplace.
Yeah, $10 somewhere.
Bargain bin,
at the time would have been like no, I don't think so. I think I found it under the letter R. I go right to the R's.
Okay.
And I go, Rocky, nope. Rambo, nope. Reindeer Games,
that's
yes.
where I look, yeah.
That's it. I went through a pretty big phase shortly after that movie came out of grabbing a lot of
reindeer-based games, reindeer-based games movies.
And Blu-rays came out. When Blu-rays started really hitting the scene?
Early to mid-2000s.
So, yeah, I think it was probably...
No, like mid-2000s.
Yeah, it would have been about 4 or 5 years after it came out. So I hadn't seen it until I got it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
And it's been blessed sitting on my shelf ever since. I've thought about going back to it, but there's reasons why I hadn't gone back to it eagerly. And I'm just getting it back to it now. And I needed some more time to forget about it so I could watch it with fresh eyes.
Sure. Yeah.
And all I remembered was, okay, I think there's a twist. There's some guys dressed up as Santa Claus. There's some snow and a transport truck.
I was
That's it.
I was really surprised by how little I remembered of it. I remembered the Charlize of it, certainly.
I did not. Totally forgot she was in it.
And I remember what I felt, even at the time, was one of the worst lines of dialogue ever committed to film, which was Sinise saying, "Don't play any of your reindeer games."
Yeah.
It felt like, what? Like, that's
I don't even know what that means.
Exactly. Like, it's just such like a nonsensical.
I guess if I knew what it meant, like, I don't know.
It doesn't mean anything.
It can't mean something.
Well, it's a reference.
But you wouldn't say it.
It's in reference to Rudolph, obviously. They wouldn't let him play in any reindeer games. But
Is
it
that
doesn't mean anything other than...
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I don't like it.
I'm surprised you couldn't have picked that up. But the one reindeer in the entire universe, you couldn't put
Oh, his name is Rudy. There it is.
Yeah.
Rudolph, Rudy.
Sure.
But he doesn't know he's Rudy.
And it doesn't even matter. Even if you
so
did
it's not
know,
that.
it's like trying to be clever. It's garbage.
Okay, it is
So
garbage.
that I remembered, and I remembered Charlize, and I remembered that there was a twist, but I couldn't remember what that twist was.
Yeah, I forgot what the actual was. Just that it existed. And Gary Sinise's haircut.
Yeah, sure.
Hairstyle, I should say. Yeah, his due.
His due. Yeah. So going in, I actually had, I don't want to say high hopes because I certainly recognize that I did not like this movie all those years ago.
And here we are.
But I did think
to not like it all over again.
It's another opportunity, as we've talked a number of times over the years of this show, is to try and recontextualize movies. Sometimes they grow in esteem, sometimes they lose some of that.
Sometimes they just stay the same.
And this one just stays the same as it feels like. I hated it then.
Now I know why, though. I feel like I can articulate it maybe more.
Yeah,
or at
absolutely.
least try to articulate. I'm not very good at articulating.
You can stumble your way through.
Yeah, I can probably
podcast
stumble through.
it.
I'll get some words out. Some of it will make sense.
That's right. But as you get better and better at your editing, the listeners won't even know the difference. It'll flow beautifully.
I've gotten so good in the last 2 years of editing.
It's magic.
First of all, I want to say, have you ever been to prison? I would just,
I went to Alcatraz.
Yeah? To visit, though.
Oh, yes, just to visit.
Okay. Well, I'm talking, you've never been in a prison, never been involved in a riot?
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
Okay. Just want to get that out of the way. Because this, the first section of the movie is
sure. Now, I did
related.
Just briefly want to chat about the filmmakers. Because we talked a little bit about John Frankenheimer, who...
has done prison time, actually.
He's probably done some prison time.
I don't think so.
He directed a movie called The Manchurian Candidate.
Denzel one? Because it was...
That's Jonathan Demme.
Okay, so
he
not
did the
the
original
Denzel
back in the 60s.
Yeah.
With Frank Sinatra.
Frankie S.
Our dear friend.
He's still around?
Angela Lansbury.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a really good movie.
He's a
and
flower.
He had a resurgence in the 90s by directing Ronin, which is a
On my
pretty
shelf.
big hit.
I don't think I've ever... Actually, I don't think I've ever watched it.
All right, well.
Maybe.
So he was in that space. He did, I believe, the second French Connection movie. So he's had a career that lasted a long time, but not a lot that I would immediately glom onto.
Okay.
And this was his last movie. And written by this guy, Aaron Kruger, which you're probably unfamiliar, but at the time, I was really big into screenwriting. And he had won what they call the Nickel Fellowship in 97, 8, somewhere in that region. And his first script was Arlington Road.
Really? Because that is on my shelf, and I've watched it a few times.
There you go.
Pretty unique. And
so that's a movie where I remember hearing the premise and thinking, that's really clever.
Could explain the twist.
And then if that same logic, I find out he's written this movie, and I hear the premise, I think, that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
And he went on later to write The Ring. He wrote the third Scream movie. I think he's done the recent Top Gun. Like he's a hack, to be fair, at least in my opinion, because those all suck. And I find that he's better with concept than he is maybe with execution. Because, again, I watch this and hear this. 2 guys in prison. One guy dies. The other one takes over his life. I'm like, there's room.
Gold.
There's room for a movie there.
Yes. That is a good idea here.
The premise was solid. I thought. And then just once the movie starts getting going, you realize, not so much. And evident, certainly in these first scenes. Now, the movie, as you say, does open in prison. And one of the things that drove me the most nuts, there's 2 things that I really have problems with right away in this movie.
Right at the...
Right away.
Because I was okay with it for that whole section, really.
They're fairly stylistic choices, so I can appreciate that it's maybe more just me being...
a jerk.
Picky or whatever else in regards to my aesthetic.
Okay.
But
I'm interested
the 2 things
here.
that stuck out were the excessive use of close-ups in the prison phases. Tight headshots.
Okay.
That I just thought... Unnecessary. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why you cut wide. There's a reason why you zoom in. There's a reason why you dolly over
the
here.
shoulder.
Right. All of these things are ways to tell a story and to convey information. But like a dialogue sequence in a prison yard, you don't need, what I think anyway, tight extreme close-ups. You need a wide 2-shot to show that they're just 2 people in this vast place. You don't get any of the sense of where they are when you're looking at that stuff. So those choices, I think, right away, I'm like, it's a bit jarring. As much as I like Ben, I don't need to see that shot.
Jarring is a big word that comes up at school. Jarring. You don't want to jar the audience.
I do not.
It sounds like
I don't
you were
enjoy
jarred.
being jarred. And
Unless you're not Jam. So
the second thing that really right away ticked me off
okay.
is the camera is going up and down. If you remember, when the photos are on Nick's wall, the photos of Ashley, right?
Gorgeous.
And the camera's down and up, down and up,
Yeah.
down and up. And then we get a reveal of Ben Affleck doing push-ups, except Ben Affleck is facing out of the prison, of the bars.
Sure.
But the camera angle, which is effectively a POV
Effectively
in that shot,
or ineffectively.
it's designed to be,
Yeah.
is doing up and down over pictures of Ashley Marshall or Ashley.
So he's got to switch 60
He's-
degrees, 90 degrees.
90 degrees, yeah.
I wasn't very good at algebra.
Anyway, so right away, I'm just like, this movie feels like a hackery. The choices that are being made here
Yeah.
are not
professional.
sound. And I recognize that may be my own aesthetic choices or preferences, but I read it like logic is already being discounted.
Yeah. I cannot say that I picked up on that because I'm not as astute as you, my friend. But that does make sense because throughout the movie, I'm like, this is lazy or it's a poor choice.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. I talked about it before. I'll talk about it again in this movie. It really annoys me. Glass, I really let it out that episode.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just the fact that you didn't put any effort into who you have
Yeah.
in the scene. These extras just look like very extra.
They're NPCs. They're just
yeah.
wandering around.
And these are very important
Generic.
people.
Yeah.
Are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, they sell your scene. They
Yeah.
sell your movement.
yeah.
You know.
And that really put me over the edge. And this isn't as bad as that. But again, there's a lot of points where I'm like, come on, guys.
I think what's more telling than just some snobby idiot going on and on about shots that and why maybe they don't work or why they stick out or whatever, jar an image. I think it's really fascinating to me to hear you, who's sort of a self-professed kind of, I don't know, man. Like, I just take the movie as it comes.
Sure, yeah.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I meant, like, even...
Has its advantages and disadvantages.
Exactly. But even through just that lens and that prism of you maybe couldn't articulate what was off, but something was off.
You're
Right?
still not enjoying it.
That's the thing. And so to me, that's obviously a movie problem because I can look at it and go like, oh, you're just being snobby or you're just being nitpicky or you're just being your own
you're
thing.
onto something, Phil. I hate
And
to
while
say
you
it.
may not be able to specify the thing, in that regard, it makes it telling to me that it's a filmmaker problem, not necessarily a me being nitpicky problem.
Yeah, most things are typically a you
I usually
problem,
accept that, yeah.
but you're right. In this case, I can't argue.
No, it's not so well. Now, those are like literally like the first sort of two shots of the movie or whatever else. What about the rest of the prison scene? We could maybe look at that as a chunk.
We can't we? Maybe not the rest of it, but we can.
No, we can certainly. This is because it's its own
own
moment,
setting.
really. It's all like the preface for what comes next.
Yes, setting everything up.
Absolutely. So, what are your thoughts on just the prison sequence in general and the scenes, the relationship, how it establishes that friendship? Do you have any highlights of that?
Well, I think overall it's done pretty well. It gives me the sense that this could be a good movie. Mm-hmm. The dialogue's pretty solid. It's giving us some exposition. It's giving a little idea why he's been in prison. He says that pretty good with the voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are in for rape and murder, and they're out before I am, and I'm just a car thief.
Just a car thief, yep.
And a bit of Nick's sort of why he's in there. A little bit of whoopsie daisy. I killed the guy. I was mad. Wasn't planned. So therefore it's manslaughter. So he's getting out at the same time, actually.
Yeah.
This movie has a tendency to explain why it's doing what it's doing. And I don't mind that in some instances. Sometimes I need it because, you know, I need it to be explained to me.
Yeah, yeah.
But at that point, I'm okay with it. So I thought in general, I thought the insects in the food, I thought it was great. It was gross.
You thought it was great. I had real problems. I just thought
Has it happened to you?
No, I mean the stuff around like they're demons or something in the gelatin and like repeating. I just thought like, okay, so if this is your inciting incident, it doesn't make any sense. Is it that like the riot later is taken into account that it was an accident, like it wasn't planned?
It wasn't planned because he was supposed to get stabbed later.
That's right. So So it just so happens that this one day there was these bugs in the gel. Like I just felt like
a lot of protein.
I don't understand most of that stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like it's a little contrived and a little silly. Now, obviously, it sets up the fact that the rest of the movie is going to be exactly as contrived and as silly as it is. So I didn't really think too much of it. But in the moment, not knowing what the rest is to come, I was like, I just don't. This is such a weird sequence, and how Affleck doesn't seem to care. And that, I think, is just the idea, like, it's protein, don't worry about it, who cares, shut up. I just think you'd have to be pretty far gone in life.
That was pretty gross.
To not have that be, like, affecting on some level.
I don't think he wants to eat it himself.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's just trying to be jokey.
Smart ass.
Yeah, you know, Ben, eh?
Yeah, it's
smart ass. But
it just threw me off, is all.
Overall, I thought, again, by the end of the whole prison scene, I think, okay, that's okay.
Do you get that relationship? Do you get those two as buddies?
Yeah, for sure. And they're like buddies, but not buddy with a whole courtyard.
Yeah, that's my question
about Charlize, about her, and like, well, how about I take her out for a couple dates during the day? Like, what do you mean at night, sort of thing.
Test the merchandise.
I thought it was a little bit cringy,
a little gross, yeah.
But here we have two guys who have been in prison for I think it's 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
So I bought it on that premise. Like, well, if I haven't been with a woman for 5, which I probably did definitely go 5 years.
Sure.
At some point
at
during
one
my
point
driest spell.
5 to 10.
5 to 10, yeah. And I think it's different because I probably could, if I tried harder, applied myself.
Sure.
You can apply yourself as much as you want in prison. You're not getting it, at least from a female.
My initial note for this sequence as well was in talking about how they're buddies and they're friends, and in voiceover he talks about how all you can really talk about in the courtyard or in prison is what you're going to do after prison. Mm-hmm. And then he says, what are you going to do when you get out of prison? There's a part of me that thought, this is today. Is this the first time that he's asked that question? Because
after this long,
he's just talked about how this is what you talk about when you're in prison. And then he asked the question. I'm like, okay, so does it mean that you've been talking to yourself about this today? This is what you do?
This is the 20th time he's mentioned pecan
and
pie.
That's the thing. I took it to sort of be maybe more like, I'm excited, and you know what I'm going to do when I get out of prison? I'm going to get some hot chocolate and some pecan pie. I feel like my hope is that it's like an inside joke between them.
I get that
they
sense,
consistently have talked about what the first thing they're going to do.
There is something in the movie that indicates he has said pecan pie before.
Anyway, I gave it credit by the end, but at first I thought, this sucks. This movie is so lazy in its writing and its execution right away.
So you're saying it sucks, and we're not even out of prison yet.
We're not even out of prison. I'm already now. I've got like
three or four further than you.
3 or 4 strikes against it is the problem. It's like I'm watching this movie and there's things that are so uncomfortable to me. I did like the shiv. I did like that there was death.
Yes,
early on.
Yeah.
From that point on, I enjoyed it. I didn't really get the prison guard messing with him after. It's unnecessary, but generally speaking,
what you think.
It never comes back. If that guard came back again, it'd be a little different if there was some other element. But of all the things that do come back in this movie, the guard wasn't one of them. But I did like the stuff on the bus. So what are your thoughts on the bus? Would you have gotten off the bus, do you think, given the circumstances? 5 years, Charlize in a nice silver coat.
Well, with the knowledge I have now, no. But with the knowledge I had, say, at that time, I love that when he looks to the left and he's about to not do it.
Yeah.
And then he sees this couple making out on the bus.
Basically ready to pork her on the...
And so I think that's clever.
Yeah, I agree.
Would I do it? I'm not sure. But the fact that the character did it makes complete sense within the script and with what's being delivered. And it has to happen, obviously, anyways.
Well, I would, without hesitation.
Get off the bus.
Get off the bus.
Yeah, well, I'm aware.
It is clever structure of a story to do that, and the sort of premise within, as I said. It obviously needs to have it for the movie, but I would not be as conflicted as Mr. Affleck was in that moment.
Yeah. As for bus scenes go, it's fine. Not the best bus scene I've seen, but not the worst.
No, Fugitive probably maybe the best bus scene. Daylight, good bus scene there. Yeah. There's a shoe involved.
Speed.
We haven't talked about it on the podcast, so the movie doesn't exist really.
But there's a bus.
There's a bus.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So now begins effectively the very short, but the lovey-dovey, if you will.
Yeah, the winter romance.
The winter romance, the rushed.
I love a good winter romance.
Winter
a lot of
romance.
inside. You know, you don't have to go out that often.
That's it.
Stay home, watch movies, make out.
Nothing but a candy cane. Doesn't make any sense either.
I don't know.
You better.
Did he say that?
She says to him, "When I get back in there, you better be wearing nothing but a candy cane." Have you ever worn a candy cane in your life?
No, but I guess that you could hook it on an erection.
Sure. Yes.
I don't know if that's what she was.
Would you want to put on a candy cane if you're having an erection?
No.
Doesn't make sense.
Take the whole sexualization of it. I don't want a candy cane on any given day.
No, me neither. I don't enjoy candy
I don't
cane.
like the flavor.
For a Christmas guy, I do not enjoy
No,
peppermint.
I don't mind the ones that were actually cherry flavored. Like
Sure,
that,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that extra
The fake ones.
different stripe.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, the wannabes, but otherwise not a fan. So yeah, it's very awkward. They first sit down.
I love that.
They're talking about the weather. She says -5.
Yeah.
And he must say with the wind chill.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said windshield. Some people think it's windshield. Let's
no.
clarify that for everyone.
wind chill.
All 12 listeners. It's wind chill.
Yes.
Wind
I love the awkwardness of this scene, actually.
Oh, it plays.
Because I think it totally plays. I
Yeah.
think you get all that excitement. I don't know if you ever did only online dating, but I did a period of my life with some online
Sure,
dating.
Lava Life. Come on.
Absolutely. Lava Life's my jam. And there would be occasions where you're texting and you're chatting, like MSN or whatever else, back and
MSN,
forth.
Yeah.
And then at some point, you have to like break the seal, as it were, and go into public. And there's the things that you were chatting about and the ease in which you were doing it on text. And then you get in face to face. And it's weird and awkward and
you end up having sex
uncomfortable.
within-
And then eventually you have sex.
Now that you've mentioned, I think I've recalled having that
Yeah.
sort of conversation, being super awkward and ending up that night.
Yeah. Still works.
In the sack.
Sure. Because
So-
you've already built up all the credibility that even a moment of uncomfortability, and they may never see you again anyway, and everyone knows what you're getting into in this instance.
Sure.
Anyway, but that was a situation where this felt really fairly natural, actually. It was like he doesn't know what to say to her, in part because he doesn't have the history.
Yeah.
Right. But
yeah.
also, what do you got nothing to talk about, right?
5 years, you got nothing to say.
Actually, one of the better scenes in the movie.
Speaking of
weird way.
natural,
Yeah.
it's a few moments later.
Yeah.
We could see Charlize with her natural
Natural beauty.
beauty.
Yeah.
Yes. I forgot about that.
That's all I could think about this movie for 23 years. It's the only thing that stuck out to me.
Yeah. So,
And Ben's bottom.
yes.
Not shy.
Was that his bottom, or do you think it was a stunt double?
You
Not
know,
really a stunt, but just a butt double, I guess.
I think it's natural. I'd have
I think
to
it's Ben's.
spend some time on it, but I'm gonna call it Ben's butt. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Early contender for butt of the year and breast of the year. You get
That's
some new
right.
categories
Absolutely. Let's
for
try
next
'em
year,
out.
buddy.
But that is where the sort of good scenes really end for a long time.
Yeah.
And then there's a shopping spree.
Little
There's sort of
honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
Nice.
You watch them doing the fun things.
And then it's not long after.
And
where-
soon after we get introduced to Gabriel,
yeah,
her
bit of a
brother,
jerk. Bit of a jerk.
Gary Sinise.
Yeah, Sinise, is it? Okay.
Yes. Now, we haven't talked a lot about Gary Sinise.
No, we haven't done anything with him in it.
I don't think so. Do you have any thoughts on him or his performance in here? He's obviously the main bad guy in this movie, ultimately, with a heck of a haircut.
Yeah, you know what? When I picture him, I see him in his NCIS or
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He does one of those
Okay.
shows. I think it's New York, CSI New York, I believe
okay.
it is, if I'm not mistaken. And I see him in that good role.
Okay.
We see, of course, he was
Lieutenant
in
Dan.
Forrest
Forrest
Gump.
Gump. Yep.
And I have very small recollection of that movie. Seems
Okay.
like he was a good guy, but not a good guy.
Bad guy until he was reformed, sure.
Yeah, so I don't have a lot of experience with Gary, other than my brother Gary, which I know him a little bit better. And I think him as a bad guy, he has a bit of a look. Like I say, you could do a bad guy pretty easily.
Yeah. I think they made him pretty bad guy.
The hairstyle made him look even more
the
terrifying.
shitty facial hair and the long straggly hair. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're selling me on bad guy.
Yeah, the problem is they do a lot of that in this movie in general. They're trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell you he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell...
By beating you over the head with the fact that he's a bad guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then you have the back and forth with Nick and Rudy's. There's a lot of that, and all it does is give me a headache. But back to the point is, I think him as a bad guy is pretty good. I just don't think it was written well. There's a lot of fat in this movie that could have been shaved off, that could have kept his badness intact, but without giving me a headache.
Yeah, I think that he's in the movie too much.
Yeah,
I think
a little bit. Maybe
ultimately
that's what it is. It's
and
well extended cut.
I find it pretty repetitive, the scenes that he's in, the
Yeah.
dialogue that he's got.
Having the
I'm
same
going to kick your ass,
conversations.
man.
Yeah.
And then he gets free, and then 10 minutes later, you sit down or I'm going to kick your ass.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then
a
he
lot of
breaks
that.
out and then comes back in. You do that again, I'm going to kick your ass.
A lot of rinse and repeat.
Over and over and over again. So I agree. Like the look, I think works, but he's not given anything really. He's got one scene which I really like that I'll get to shortly, but otherwise it's such a stock mustache twirling bad guy. Like it's bad guy with a capital B. Look at me, I'm the bad guy performance that just doesn't carry the weight, and he's in it too much to really believe him as a bad guy because he's had opportunities to really be the bad guy and doesn't really deliver on that.
It's forced on you. It's like, oh, we have to remind the audience that this guy's bad.
Yeah.
So now it's time for him to kill an innocent person, which is what we get later on when Ben runs away. Well, spoiler alert, we'll talk about that scene, but there's a lot of that in this movie. Just to let you know this guy's bad.
And he's got really shitty dialogue is the problem as well.
Can't do much of
you're going to try and get up my sister's chimney or something like that, or get down my sister's chimney.
A lot of Christmas metaphor.
It's garbage. I was like, what are you talking about? Don't play any of your reindeer games, and you're trying to get down my sister's chimney. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Nobody talks like that.
Now, had they switched the names, where at that point he was Rudy, and they don't play any reindeer games, Rudy. Mm-hmm. More of as a ha Rudolph and delivered properly.
Yes, there's
might
room.
Work.
But
he's Nick here.
It's pretty easy, and it is. Agree. It's an easy joke to make, but it's even in the easiness, it's ill-timed, and
he's Nick,
he's Nick, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there we go.
That's another thing I didn't really like is the on and on about.
Oh my God,
he's Nick. No, he's not. He's Rudy, but he's not. What is happening, man?
I don't mind some of it, but
sure. Again, you have a couple of scenes.
One whole extra scene that
it's on and on and on and on, and the movie is so dependent on this confusion. And then certainly by the end of it, you realize what the fuck were we even arguing about this whole time anyway? Like none of it makes any fucking sense by the time this movie's over.
And a lot of it doesn't matter
to the plot, to the story. They do not matter to the characters.
That's a big problem with this movie.
It's such a huge problem, and as a result, we get shitty things like don't play any reindeer games with me, and
you got anything else?
Well, you got this clever this scene soon after where Danny Trejo plays one of the villains. This other villain, I should mention the cadre there.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's your textbook bad guy.
Absolutely.
He's a bad guy, but
generally speaking, he's sort of the bad guy.
A thug.
He's in Heat. Plays a good guy in Halloween 2 or Halloween 1, the Rob Zombie remake, of course. We've got Donald Logue.
Canadian boy, I've heard.
Born from Ottawa.
Ontario.
Born in Ottawa. And we last spoke of him in Max Payne. He played his partner.
Great film in the archives.
Remember any of that? That's in the archives, of course.
Yeah, Wahlberg Delight.
And we've got Clarence Williams III, who played Link Hayes in Mod Squad.
Yeah, sure.
Which, he's in a movie called The Legend of 1900 that I think we might take off the shelf this year.
No one's stopping you.
Just a beautiful movie. But anyway, he's in that. He was also, I believe, in American Gangster, which we can talk about in the archives as well. That's the sort of bad guy group. But there's a scene in which they're driving after they've captured Nick, and he's in the back of the truck. And this, to me, is like Aaron Kruger's shitty writing.
Oh, the magazine?
The magazine where he talks about... Seems to me like anybody smart would have. So it's like a Quentin Tarantino type of dialogue, right? Where it's like, look how smart we are. We're modern. We're hip. We're bad guys, but we're kind of cool. And the best we could come up with is we should have a second Christmas in July. That way we can make more money.
Makes sense. What's funny though, at work we talked about how all the deals are now where we really have just
top-loaded.
We've trained customers to only shop once a year.
Basically, yeah.
And that's not necessarily a good thing. Because
not for a consistently thriving business, right?
No. Yeah. So I see his point.
Yes.
So I related to it.
I don't think it's a bad point. I just think coming in this movie at this time with these actors in this movie...
Ill-timed.
It's such a silly scene to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing natural about this conversation to me, which is really annoying. We cut to, again, more close-ups. We get the scene now where he's now basically trying to fight back. He's saying, he talks to Ashley and says he's had better sex in prison than with her. Which
ouch.
It's ouch indeed.
In more ways than one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But having watched that sex scene, I find it difficult to believe that that's true.
He's lashing out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's upset.
But
rightfully so.
I do think that the scene in which Donald Logue goes to him, this is a plot hole we've already felt. And Donald Logue goes, I get why he wants us to think that he's not the guy.
But why does she think?
But why does he want her to think that he's not the guy? I don't think he's the guy.
And he had it right all along.
And that's the thing. I just think like that is logical questions.
You don't believe Canadians.
Those are logical questions to an illogical plot that are disregarded. And I get that, again, the movie needs to keep moving forward. But in this type of movie, to someone almost calling out the absurdity of the plot that we're watching.
Yeah, he gets it. Logue gets it.
Yeah. It just makes the audience, or at least certainly me as an audience member, roll my eyes even more. Because I'm watching this going... oh, come on.
Yeah, kill
This is
this guy
ridiculous. Just kill him. And then the guy's like, well, what about, shut up. You don't know. We're going to keep,
Some dumb reason to keep him alive.
Yeah.
Some small little, in case we need someone who has a little bit curly hair or something, we might want to.
Yeah, maybe we
him.
should try. And
he's right-handed.
we'll keep him around and see what happens next. It's so obvious and so garbage. But we finally get the payoff of that trailer I like so much, which is the hot chocolate and the pecan pie.
Yeah, he finally gets
it.
To have a nibble, eh?
Did you find this movie to be an intentional comedy?
No.
I think it wanted to be a comedy a number of times.
Might have wanted to.
That's my question. Yeah. But I didn't feel the same. I was like, none of this is funny. Although
I think they were trying to.
They were trying really.
Yeah. None of it really.
None of it delivers.
Gave me a laugh. Other than when he says Reindeer Games.
Well, Reindeer Games is hilarious.
That's good.
Yeah. That's gold. The only time actually I did chuckle was in the diner sequence where he finally does get his pie and he's eating it. And Sinise is trying to interject and get to the plan, and he just gives the waving of his hand in front of him, like, not now, I'm not finished yet. That I did find strangely comedic. I was like, well, that's funny.
One thing that I actually found inadvertently funny, because we're talking about how it tried to be funny, they're planning the heist in the coffee shop or the restaurant, and Ben says the R word.
Yeah.
And as soon as he says it, Gary's character gets really mad.
Oh, yeah, lose it.
He loses it.
Yeah.
And it's not because of that, but the way it was timed, I thought, he's mad because he said the R word.
That's right. That somehow it's 2023 and
yeah, exactly.
and he's offended.
And he's offended.
Yeah.
Gary Sinise he's a killer, but killers can get offended too.
That's right.
So that's one thing I chuckled at, but that was not intended to be funny.
No.
Unlike Reindeer Games.
That's right. I just think at the beginning of this movie, I'm like, oh, it's a hard thriller. I find the tone of this movie is to be a bit of a mess. I think it's indicative of the fact that you're saying that all the choices that are being made feel like they're only being made in the moment and not as part of a larger story to tell.
Yeah. This movie, unfortunately, tried to be something, and all it should have been was a popcorn action
Thriller,
Michael
thriller.
Bay,
sure, a heist movie, something. It just falls apart under the weight of it.
It tries to be something that it really shouldn't have been, in my opinion.
I did find some humor in the cowboy outfits when they're doing the recon.
Yeah,
We're about
Ashton Kutcher.
about 50 minutes into the movie, and we get the gang going in to sort of
recon
mission and see what's what. And I found that to be somewhat humorous, very briefly, but I thought, Affleck can pull that silliness off pretty good. I think the introduction of the great Dennis Farina in this moment as well as the casino honcho or whatever else, where he's talking to the guys above about how he's brought in all these acts and he's got the
Coke and Pepsi.
Coke and Pepsi.
Find anyone else that offers both.
Yeah.
And that still is true a lot of the time.
Sure.
You have a deal with one or the other.
It's usually the deal.
That's still relatable today.
Yep, it hits home. But I think all the stuff that he does, I should say all the stuff, but this first little scene, he just can sell it. I think he's just as good enough
he's
an actor, and he's funny, obviously, and
striking distance,
out of sight.
Oh, sorry.
But he's fantastic in Get Shorty, which may come off this year too. But he's
about time.
He's just a great actor, and when you're watching him shovel his shit to the other guys trying to get more money for the casino, made me chuckle throughout. But the rest of it, he talks about how he's getting 3 Russian broads to do the music or whatever. Look like the Golden Girls doing some entertainment.
Yeah, he's the man.
There's something about that that's funny.
I just had that written down as Dennis Farina ideas.
Yeah,
he's
just great. He's got all these great ideas.
And he doesn't want to go back to Vegas.
Definitely does not want to go back. Yeah, Affleck gets away, makes the deal with the guy to switch outfits, and we get what I think is the only time where I feel any level of threat from the bad guys, because everything up until now is the same way we were talking. Sit down or I'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
Stand up or I'll kick your ass. This we actually get to watch, to me, Gabriel be
Gabriel.
Be pretty dark.
Yeah, be himself.
So the sequence where he's running away, they fall on the ice. I like these winter scenes. I think that part does deliver in terms of the excitement of the movie or whatever else. Like, it looks cold, it looks naturally
100%.
Wintry.
She fell through. Like, that's...
Yeah, so like that stuff. Like Harry Bailey falls in the ice. Yeah. He has to save her. And then Gabriel sees the ice fisher. Like, ice fisherman, hey, what's going on over here, whatever else. And Ben's like trying to, don't say anything, go away, go away. Yeah. I really like that scene. I like that eventually Gabriel goes to the shack. He's already shot him through the shoulder, it seemed. And then instead of shooting him, shoots all around so the ice collapses and takes him under. Where this movie has spent the last too much time now being funny. Farina and the cowboys and the Indians and the all of that.
You want to see the real Gabriel.
That
That's
BS.
what you've been waiting for.
If you're gonna have steaks, I want steaks.
You're supposed to have steaks.
And they're not showing me anything up to this point. It's all threat. It's all
been
threat.
medium rare up to this point.
That's right.
And he says, I have a hunger and a headache. So he has a hunger to kill, is what I gather from that.
Sure.
He's not actually, hungry for like
Burger,
Chinese food,
steak
burger,
even.
steak even. Yeah. So he's clearly a cold. I don't want to say he's calculated, but he's certainly a cold killer. Sometimes calculated.
Sure. Yeah.
Sometimes he calculates it, sometimes he doesn't. And now we have Ben with hypothermia. I mean, jeez.
What are your thoughts on this? I actually thought this was fairly well rendered as well.
He looked cold.
I like that he couldn't barely
the darts.
get his dialogue out, like he was sort of mumbling,
And then he takes some darts.
Takes some darts to himself, which I thought was pretty good too. Basically, everything from the escape until the hypothermia dart scene.
It's not
I actually think that
section.
is a solid 10 minutes or 15 maybe of the movie. It's the only parts of the movie that consistently make sense. That all of the motivations seem legitimate, all the reactions and the interactions all make sense. Performances seem to be on point, and we're in a moment of jeopardy. Like all of those things, I feel for the first time, an hour-ish into the movie, finally starts to coalesce and make a little bit of sense. Doesn't last very long, but for this brief period, I thought this is well executed. I felt it tense.
Yeah.
In terms of the filmmaking, I thought everything started to work.
Then we get back to this yelling and the screaming and I'm going to kill you if you do this.
Yeah,
and,
there's a lot of that nonsense.
And what reason do we have to keep you alive? And then Ben always seems to find a reason to keep himself around. It's just done too much, I think.
It's a lot of flipping and flopping because right after this scene,
we have another flop.
So
where's the flip?
Affleck saves her. They get back. She's being
They have
consoling,
an
whatever
altercation.
else.
They're yelling at each other
A little bit, but then at the same time, he's like, I got to get a gun.
Yeah.
She's working with him. And then not 5-6 minutes after that, he's working his way around the motel. What does he find?
At what point did you realize they were brother and sister? Or weren't brother and sister?
At this point.
Okay, I was about halfway through. It's like, I'm thinking...
When I first
thinking
watched
off the top, maybe. I'm like,
Yeah.
Be just a weird relationship, but then...
As soon as the top came off,
was
like,
that the point?
This is a thing, yeah.
Okay.
But I did find...
Same here.
I mean, it's a great excuse to get some boobs out.
Sure. Seen them, though. Wasn't overly impressed.
Oh.
I got high standards for breasts.
Okay.
Like mine. That's my,
that's right. More
that's my
pizza
bar.
is the key.
My question to you is, who gets into a pool mad? You might be in the pool, swim around, then you get mad. But who gets it, and then get in the pool?
I'm so mad I need to swim.
Yeah, exactly. I get the sense they're both coming into the pool mad.
Sure, there's a tension in the air.
Yeah, I don't know.
They haven't been able to take care of themselves, presumably.
Yeah, I suppose. This is our first twist.
It's a big plot twist. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the big reveal, if you will.
But I had no idea until that point.
No, exactly. Yeah. And I thought that overall, okay. I was indifferent to it. I wasn't like shocked and surprised or whatever, but at the same time, it wasn't, oh yeah, saw it coming a mile away. It just happened, and I accepted it, and I thought it was perfectly legitimate.
Sure, yeah. It's on the up and up.
Anyway,
I can work with it.
But I did not, for lack of a better term, see it coming. Like I felt, surprised.
Yeah, and she's just going like, "No, you need him."
That's right.
He's an extra body.
You can't do it. You gotta have 5.
No, it needs 6.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, I got the real numbers
You
here.
got the
I wrote it down.
hard data.
Because the next scene basically after that is needs 6 guys, 6 guns.
There you go.
Again, Ben's trying to finagle a gun.
Yes.
Which makes sense, obviously.
Sure, it makes sense.
Because he
You gotta get out of
knows,
this thing.
after knowing what he knows now...
Even more so that he's
like,
very much
alone.
on his own. Exactly.
He's already upset with her for just telling the brother, who she knows is crazy, hey, I know this guy in prison. Like, come on, don't do that. Honest mistake, but not
We
really.
do get, of course, the classic room service bill joke.
Oh, yeah.
When he goes to check out of the room.
$100 of pay-per-view.
Oh, the pay-per-view and some booze, the thing.
My next question is, how do you feel in general about stairwell case scenes? You know, stairwells.
Love them.
You generally love them? Up and down. Maybe an elevator involved.
Richard!
Sometimes.
It's a great stairwell sequence.
You picked the
Fugitive.
best one. I actually didn't even think of Fugitive, but good call.
But there's some good ones, absolutely. Absolutely.
It should have been a category last year.
Best stairs. But yeah, the geography of that scene was the biggest issue for me. Where I was just like, I don't understand
didn't
where
really
I'm
care
at
at that
any
point.
moment. And if these guys are so worried about it, they just do a little pop in. You're fine. And leave. It's all awkward. And
the whole hot wire thing. And that's the thing throughout this movie. Oh, if I can hotwire a car. Just because you can hotwire a car does not mean you can hotwire
the lock of a hotel.
Like those are completely different configurations.
That's right.
Different
One's a
technologies.
combustible engine. The other one is a keypad.
I get a headache at this point.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like it's a lot of bickering and a lot of I'm Nick and I'm not Nick. Yeah. The movie made it really hard to stay with it.
I found it difficult to care at any point about anybody in the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really like.
It's only because it's Ben, really.
It's it. But
that's all it's.
But his performance isn't even the thing. So it's just like the actor. I'm like, I like him.
That's it. A lot of my Bruce movies are. I feel that way.
Right. Yeah. So it's not really doing it.
I feel that way with Ben. Okay.
And we're basically now at the casino for the heist.
The official heist.
We're about an hour and a half.
We're not going to go in as
into
cowboys. We're going to go in as
Santas. Which I actually, again, from a visual standpoint, so an overhead shot of the Santas walking in or what have you. Visually, I thought I'm okay with that. Conceptually, what it does with that after, I have no interest. Other than I do like the blackjack sequence. Did I ever tell you the first time I ever played blackjack at a table?
No, maybe, but tell me now.
The first time I ever sat down to play blackjack at a casino, I was fairly young.
You don't stand. You play,
and I had, I want to say maybe 16, 17. I can't remember the exact cards in front of me, but I hit. And I had the guy next to me chastise me and say, "What are you doing? You took my card." And I said, well, I don't know what that means. And what it means effectively is that, which is what Affleck does to this old guy in this movie, is, what are you doing hitting on 16? If there's a 10 in there,
you're busted.
You stand on it, and that way the dealer takes it and he busts out and everybody wins. But you're playing for you, and you should be playing for all, is how it was presented.
Not a gambler, but I sort of get numbers.
I was chastised. So at a blackjack table, it's everybody against the dealer. If the dealer busts...
I did not know that.
Then, I mean, that's the perception. It's like if the dealer busts, then everybody pays. So the whole goal is to have the dealer bust the card. So if you're hitting on something that doesn't need a hit because of what's showing, there's a lot of variables, then potentially, because I took the dealer's card, the guy next to me gets the dealer's card, and therefore, it just throws off the dynamic. So anyway, I got in shit.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And that's ultimately what Affleck is doing, this whole sequence where he's sort of causing the scene. Is this
the old man? Yeah.
The old man and the issue there. So I found a little solace, of course, being in a casino that felt comfortable to me.
That's good.
But also that sequence in general, it brought back some traumatic memories.
What felt relatable to me is the point where Dan, I think it's Dennis Farina's character, is telling the security guards, like, a lot of you can go home because it's not
quiet.
It's very quiet.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of work. It's like, okay, you're about to let someone leave early.
Yeah.
Or as a manager, I would let people leave early. You can be the nice boss.
Yep.
Doesn't affect you at all, and it makes you look like...
sure, you're a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they leave or they're about to leave, either A, you were going to let them leave, and now you have to say, sorry, you need to stay.
Yep.
Or they do leave, and you're now stuck being super busy.
Yeah. We used to do that at the airport. We would let people go because, it's slow. There's one last flight of the night. Everyone just get out of here. It's fine. And then we get the call, that flight's canceled. You're like, oh, shit, we have nobody left anymore. We just let 5 people go.
Yeah.
And we have to deal with all these passengers now. Anyway, it's like it never fails that you're trying to be the good people, and you're like, yikes.
Murphy's Law. But anyways, you got all the Santas. You get the blackjack and the...
We get Farina, and he's getting beat to a pulp. I don't know what you're talking about. Except there's a powwow safe.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. So there's this thing where the whole movie, Affleck is sort of pretending like there's this powwow safe, but he doesn't know it,
and he doesn't know what's in it.
He doesn't know anything about it, and I'm not convinced even when he's talking about it at the beginning of the movie that it even exists at all.
Maybe it's something everybody typically has.
And then he lies.
Like, you're the casino guy.
I've never seen a powwow safe personally.
And why is it called powwow?
I think it's more because it's on a reservation.
Oh, okay.
But he plays it throughout the rest of the movie, this powwow safe. And he's at the diner and he's talking about it and he's making it up. You can clearly see in his eyes and his performance. He's making it up. Then he gets to the actual room and Farina doesn't seem to have any when he says the words, it doesn't seem to make any sense to Farina. He's not playing it like he knows what a powwow safe is. Sinise is beating him to a pulp, asking for a powwow safe. Then Affleck has never known what this powwow safe is.
Yeah, especially after the renovations.
But he's talked about it.
Yeah.
He then says it's behind the liquor cabinet on a whim. It is behind.
You could tell he got lucky. He has that look like.
But just the idea is he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, but just so happens that he's right. Yeah. Farina doesn't know anything about it, then goes, oh, okay. And the powwow safe is not money at all.
No, it's powwow.
It's a gun, a machine
How?
gun, an Uzi.
Yeah.
And Dennis
it's all
Farina-
done to set up a good line. That's all
It
it's done,
is.
Yeah.
And Dennis
good
Farina
line.
might be the worst shot. He's worse than a stormtrooper.
Oh my God.
It's the worst. This movie could have been over in 5 seconds.
And Ben takes a while for him to duck because he has that look. Oh, he's got the guns and he's like still standing up.
It's so
And
bad.
it's like, oh, I guess I better get down.
It's
terrible.
So bad.
And this is another thing, and we talked about right at the beginning of the show about the laziness and the oversight of these little things that I wouldn't think are that difficult to get right.
Sure.
And it's
with
just
a little attention, with a little bit of detail.
bit.
Yeah.
I can't buy this at all.
So bad.
And I know Farina's in a rough state, so maybe a little bit. You get the sense that he was just like this moments earlier.
Sure.
And now he's this. But then he's jumping out of windows.
Exactly.
His character didn't need to die.
No.
He has chased them off.
Yes.
He can just stop.
Just move
and
on.
wait for help to come.
Yeah.
And he has lived and dies when he's 98.
Exactly. He's having a good life.
Exactly. It's a
Not
lot
in
left.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Somewhere anywhere but Vegas.
But he keeps chasing.
For no good reason. He's got no dog in the fight.
And Gabriel just shoots him.
It doesn't make
I
any
hate
sense.
that.
It also doesn't make much sense. If the safe only had the gun in it, and the guys that are holding him captive already have guns, then just let him in the safe. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
If you're there to protect just like the money, if there's like $2 million in a powwow safe, then that's what you're trying to protect. Then yeah, you're going to get beaten down and beaten down and beaten down. But the implication when that safe opens is that there's only guns in there. I don't see any other money. So who gives a shit if he gets this gun? Just let him open the safe. What's the problem? Anyway, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. And I mean, if you couldn't believe it already, the movie really starts to fall apart. They do get Clarence Williams III to burn in a scene that doesn't make much sense to me, but I like that it happens.
Yeah.
Like just the effect of the burn.
Yeah, I
I
know.
thought
I
was pretty
figure
good.
you like any sort of sick death.
It's a good effect.
I bought it. I bought the burn.
Yeah.
Out the window he goes. The old squirty gun. Again, that was
Exactly.
payoff.
From earlier, exactly. So I'm willing to accept.
That's okay.
Yep. But now the movie, which was already a bit of a disaster, had already run its course as far as I'm concerned. We still have another 10 or so, 15 minutes. And then the movie, to me, really just falls apart. It starts to make no sense at all because now it's nothing but like long exposition scenes. Explaining every fucking thing that's happened up until now.
Who wouldn't love Charlize Theron?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hands up right here.
That's right. You don't even like
I'm
her
not a fan.
boobs.
I'm not a fan.
You liked her in
I liked her in Mad Max.
I don't think we've done it.
I think it's the one arm, the mechanical arm. Just like
you have a type.
I like mechanical arms. That's why I like The Fugitive so much.
Sure, absolutely.
He had a mechanical arm.
And Jedi, like
there
right?
you go.
All the things. It just doesn't make any sense. And I do like one line in this entire sequence.
You like a line, I like a look. Go with your
One line where he says to Charlize, "I saved your life," and she simply just says, "You shouldn't have." Just something about the coldness of that I thought was really, I don't want to say powerful, but like appropriate. What have you got?
The look that I liked was after she slips up.
Oh gosh,
and
yeah,
knew
we can't
how
even get into that.
and knew how Nick
Rudy, the other
like
guy.
whoever died.
Yes.
Well, I never mentioned a Shiv.
Yes.
And he gives Gabriel a look like they're almost on the same team for
Sure.
just a moment.
Yeah.
Like you're hearing the shit that's coming out of her mouth, and Gabriel's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And that's it. Just a moment.
It's such a collapsed movie. It just completely falls flat to me at this point. I already don't care, right? Like there's obviously been nothing at this point that keeps me interested.
I'm just questioning how the logistics
Exactly,
work
but
at this
all of a
point.
sudden you've got these movies, and we've talked about movies with twists before, and I've said some of my challenges with like an M. Night and so forth, where the movie is so predicated on the twist that if you take the twist out or you recognize that twist early, how the rest of the movie doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, hey, Gabriel, Rudy's still alive, and like it just all starts to be like, what am I even watching at this point? None of it makes any sense, and then so much exposition. Sinise is now dead. Somehow she decides to shoot
him and not Affleck.
Not
whatever
Affleck,
he's-
who's already solved whatever Affleck's point is over. Unless you got to have 5.
Which you do.
I think that's the trick, you got to have 5.
and they keep giving us reasons why they're not killing Ben. And this is probably one of the better ones, actually, compared to some other ones.
Sure.
Okay, you need 5, but can the 5th one not have a bullet in his head?
You cannot find any...
You're gonna burn him anyway.
Exactly. What the fuck does it
She
matter?
gasoline's the car.
Yeah.
When your car goes over, it's gonna probably blow up from the footage I've seen.
Yes.
Anyway.
In any movie, in any time, yes.
Yeah, but I think you know when the twist comes, the reaction you have tells you how good it is
Sure.
or how
successful or effective. Yeah.
This one had me like, let me think.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No. No.
And replay, they actually show you him getting
the
shivved
scenes.
again.
It's so stupid.
And the blood capsule and this and that. But when it actually happens,
None
it
of that
looks
happens.
too real.
Yes.
Like, no, that wasn't fake.
No, it's
And
like
they tricked
revisionist.
us.
Exactly.
I don't like when they do that. You know how I feel about that.
Absolutely. Did you anticipate him showing up at any point?
No, because it wouldn't make
Because
any
it didn't make
sense.
any sense. It's fucking bad.
I like Nick's death scene, though.
the
legs.
the crushing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know me, I don't typically like that stuff.
No.
I like good crushing.
I liked it.
In film, not in real life.
I do hate the never put a car thief behind the wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Like, fuck, there's nothing good. I'm going to stop.
Yeah, please.
Everything about the ending of this movie, particularly the last 10 or 15
Reindeer
minutes,
Games.
is fucking terrible. There's not a good single thing about it.
Except for the legs. Yeah.
Exactly.
And his
sure.
desperate attempts, like, we can
we're
still
still
work
being
this
friends,
out.
right? Yeah.
I think we're past that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, actually.
That was a little bit funny. And the ending with sort of taking all the money that he raised and saved
I
and
got
gave
a
it
terrible
away.
problem with that.
Talk to me.
We need 5 Santas, right?
Yes.
That's the whole thing. We need 5
Gotta
dead
have 5.
Santas.
Gotta have 5.
Now we have 4, and we have 1 going around town with a big sack of cash, handing it out. Gee, that's not suspicious.
Yeah. Who would ever know?
That's the complete opposite
Yeah.
of what Charlize was going for. And I get it. You need 5 Santas. I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you don't.
No.
The other one can just go around town with a big sack of stolen money
Yeah.
and put it in mailbox.
Because nothing in this movie matters.
He should have taken off the suit, put it on Smash Legs guy Nick.
Sure. And now you got your
and send
5.
him over,
Yeah.
and then you walk away with the cash.
Yeah.
Really, at this point, is the what embodies the accumulation
Yes.
of what I don't like.
Yeah.
When movies do this, it's just
None of it makes any sense.
Laziness.
Pure
Laziness.
laziness.
And I shouldn't be one to talk about laziness, so
Sure.
but I will be hypocritical.
Similar to what we talked about with A Simple Plan is they address the fact, like, you know what, we'll burn up or we'll leave $50,000 or $500,000 in
Genius.
the plane because no one will think it must have gone undetected because $500,000 would have been taken, right? So in this instance, throw some of that money in the car, burn it up, and now Bob's your uncle, and you're all good. But instead, it turns into something else entirely.
Yeah.
And ending with Affleck's, again, another extreme close-up on Affleck's face while the voiceover of his parents and eating hot chocolate and pecan pie,
He usually doesn't like Christmas,
as he's just
but-
smiling, looking at the
Signa.
camera, is just stupid. It's a terrible way to end a terrible movie. Maybe it's an appropriate way,
Well-
considering the fact that this movie sucks so bad. Right out of the gate, last year the first movie we did after the New Year was The Thing.
We're coming in hot this year.
And that's a fucking stone cold masterpiece. And this is just garbage.
We are coming in cold to 2024.
Indeed. Yeah. There's not a movie that I've seen that's worse than this year.
And it might hold.
It could sustain.
I'm
We'll
not
see.
sure. Though, if I'm involved in this, if you keep me coming
We got
back,
we got 26 more opportunities to burn it to the ground.
absolutely, buddy. Got more where that came from. But finish your thoughts, and I'll.
I think it's just trash. I think there's
Yeah, okay.
nothing about it that I really think is any good. I had hoped that some time would have maybe forget, and I did. Honestly, I didn't remember much of this plotting, but it's bad. It doesn't make any sense. It's bad choices from top to bottom.
Yeah. I don't think the 23 years of the movie aging, I don't think that's what even hurts it either. We
No.
talk about how age
True.
hurts
Yep.
movies. No, this
It's
was
not an age problem.
equally as bad now, so it didn't get worse. So if I can
Sure.
take something good out of this, is the movie isn't worse now than it was 20 years ago. It was bad then, and it's equally as bad now. This movie should have been an action movie, 90 minutes, nice and tight, a no-brainer,
Little thriller,
a little bit of
right?
a Ben Affleck,
Yeah, heist movie with Affleck.
yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
And not try to force all this extra dialogue, and it just numbed my brain after a while, and it really took me out of the film. I was very disappointed. The only reason I probably liked it the first time more is I was just more younger and dumber. Someone argue I'm just older and equally as dumb, just like this movie's equally as bad. But now with a more mature sort of sensibility about myself, like, no, this is just not a good movie. And IMDb knows it too.
Yeah, sure. I have no doubt. I will say before we wrap it up that the difference between the extended cut and the regular cut is it's only about 18 minutes. So the problems with this movie are not entirely the fact that we watched the long one. It's that it's bad from minute 1 till the end.
It's just bad for less time.
Exactly. You have to give up less of your life for it, but that's about it.
There you go.
Folks, we do appreciate you giving us this hour and a bit of your life.
Not extended. We did not do an extended.
We did not do an extended episode. It's not Magnolia levels. It's not quite there.
Yeah, we come out with a editor's cut for that. By the way, it's 15 minutes long.
Oh, that's fantastic. We do appreciate you listening. Of course, please start the new year off right by liking the podcast, sharing it, following it, subscribing to it, sharing it with all your friends and neighbors. And of course, we don't want any of your reindeer games either.
No, but let us know what you think about it on the.
Absolutely, join us on the Facebook page.
Maybe, and if you liked it, maybe tell us why.
If anybody out there likes this movie, you can try and convince us.
We will not chastise you for it.
No, we might invite you on the episode.
Yeah, it's entertainment
as a guest. Thanks, folks. We'll talk to you next week.
Good night.